Right, hello lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under. Today, of course, we'll be covering Celtic's 3-2 win against Hearts, and isn't revenge sweet? Well, before we get into the video though, I just want to give you a heads up that in the last time I did a match reaction, the Yablonec game, I went through each play-by-play sort of in a style. That style of video, I'm not going to be doing that today. I will cover elements of the game, but rather than talking about it, I'll be giving my opinions about it. So that's just a little heads up. And also, if you could like and subscribe to the channel, it's all appreciated. The support is great. And also, don't be afraid to drop a comment and voice your opinion. I love hearing what everyone has to think about Celtic and their different viewpoints, and I'll most likely respond to it, giving you my thoughts on that as well. So without a further ado, let's get straight into it. And whew, what a first half from Celtic. That was the most relentless half of football I've seen Celtic play since Neil Lennon took over his second reign. Now, I've heard stats and rumours. A really impressive stat I heard was that Celtic held 85% of possession in that first half. Mental, absolutely mental. But that wasn't the most mental part. When watching the game, you could just see the clear intent from the Celtic players. Every time the ball went out, it would be back in play in a blink of an eye. There was just no breaks in the game. And I'm going to quote Ange Postecoglou here. "We never stop, we never stop. We stop at half-time and at the end of the game when we celebrate. But during the game, we never stop." And that half of football was the clearest representation I've seen of this quote under his reign. It's exactly what he said. They just played. When Hearts wanted to stop the game, Celtic sped it up even further, and then they got their well-deserved break, 2-0 up at half-time. And, you know, it's a clear difference between Lennon's football and Ange ball, because Celtic would probably still dominate possession in most games under Neil Lennon in a very slow way. It wouldn't have that intensity, and also, even by playing in the slow game, players were so unfit under Lennon that after the 35th minute, even sooner in some cases, the opposition would see that they're just fading away, and they would capitalise on that. And even if Celtic were dominating and having chances, the minute a chance went wrong or Celtic screwed a good opportunity, their heads would drop. Teams would capitalise on that. If that happened against Hearts, Hearts probably would have went 1-0 up today for me. Yeah. I'm getting confused, never mind. But no, that's what I have to say. The second half, Celtic came back obviously a little sluggish. Hearts made some changes at halftime. The real impact was Giannelli. He came on and started hustling the Celtic defence. He provided that spark for Hearts that they were lacking in the first half, helped them get out of their own half. And, you know, Celtic did drop, but I don't feel they play bad. They didn't play a bad style of football. They were just not having the same ruthlessness and intensity of the first half. Like, it's hard to explain, but it wasn't bad football. They just dropped off a bit, okay? And then Hearts, you know, they got a shitty penalty. Starfelt obviously shouldn't have lashed out like that. I don't know why he did that. Maybe he was like panicking, but I feel he didn't get a man on call. So the fact he didn't get a man on call, he didn't realise someone was coming up and he was just trying to clear the ball. If he did, he probably would have jockeyed instead, and that wouldn't have led to a penalty, but who knows. John Beaton was so happy to give that, you know. It is what it is. Scottish refs, what can you do? But even after, you know, that penalty went in, Celtic never looked like they were going to be equalised. The minute after they kicked the ball off from the penalty, the intensity of the first half returned. The passing, the movement, everything was superb for the next 15 or so minutes, and then we got our reward with Kyogo, scored a stunning goal. Was it going out and Gordon put it in? Who knows? Who cares? Kyogo got a goal. Who doesn't love to see that? And Celtic went 3-1 up, and then it came another period after that where Celtic began to drop again. This time I felt we were more inviting of Hearts into our own half. I feel it's a combination of the scoreline and fitness. Now, I'm not saying there's a fitness issue in the squad. I'm just saying that because of the lack of depth we have, or quality depth, the fact these players have been playing 90 minutes for the last 4-3 games in a row in 4 3-day barriers, like there's 3-day breaks between games, they're going to get tired. It's an obvious thing. And I feel with a 3-1 barrier, they felt they could give themselves a bit of respite. Obviously, against teams like Alkmaar, who we played this week, we won't be able to do that. But, against a team like Hearts, when we have a 3-1 lead heading into the final 30 minutes, I'm sure we'll be okay, and that proved true. They got a lucky goal at the end, deflection into the box, and McNally put a great finish into the little bottom left. Hart couldn't have done anything. It is what it is. Celtic won the game 3-2. But I will say a big congratulations to James McCarthy. He made his debut for the boys in green and white, a boyhood dream for him. He looked solid. Obviously, he looked a bit off the pace when he came on. It was a bit sluggish. He wasn't turning very well, he wasn't very fast, but that's expected when he hasn't played in so long. I can't wait to see more of him in the future when he's fully match fit. Look, special mentions today go to Rogic. I thought he was my man in the match. When he got the ball, he was untouchable in the first half. He was doing so well that the ref called fouls on him for doing so well. That's how good he was. His close control, he's got the ball on a platter. It's Tommy Rogic, the Wizard of Oz. What more do you expect? Stevie Welsh, he had a great game scoring a goal. Some great reads in defence, helping Starfelt out at the back. Kyogo, superb as always. Movement causing so many problems for the Hart defence. And the fact that I'm annoyed at this because Hart's trying to keep knocking him down and stuff. Now, I know he's more of a slim figure, but you can't be doing that. Rightly, they got booked midway through the first half, later on-ish. But also a special mention to Kyogo for his wonderful tackle on Andy Halliday. Truly number 8 style. Who else? French Eddie. He looked and played with a smile on his face. He looked interested in the game finally for Celtic. Will he be leaving this transfer window? I'm starting to think he won't. That's another video, that's another story, but I'm just happy he's getting goals, he's getting assists, he's being part of the team. And, well, the only criticism I think I could have of the game, or of a player more specifically, is Greg Taylor. And this isn't about him as a player, it's more about his balls into the box. He can play really good short passes, his movement is outstanding down on the left flank. But his balls into the box are quite poor. I don't think he put in one good ball all game. It was either on the ground and too short, not enough power, or it was too powerful in the end, just going all the way onto the other side of the keeper's box and no one was there to receive it. I just think he needs to tidy up those balls if he wants to be Celtic's starting left back going into the future, because I do feel we will be signing a left back by the end of the window. But all in all, Celtic are into the next round. I'm very happy with that, and I'm even more happy with the draw we got. If you don't know, we'll be playing at home against Wraith Rovers. Easily the easiest draw we've been given. The worst team and at home. What more could you want? But apart from that, that's all from me. I'll be publishing a different style of video tomorrow, something that's been requested by followers, subscribers of the channel. But until then, hail, hail.